The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here we go. Hey, Ken. Press, go straight. Right.
Now Fields going to throw on the first play. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Now a 2nd and 10.
Angel. Go.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That good for 19 and a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now a first down throw, Fields. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. The Falcons at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. You look at the Saints defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap, because throughout this season they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. They begin the drive with Johnson, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Well, this defense for the Falcons, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Again, it's Johnson. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Curtis. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, you're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
4th down. A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises?
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He's to the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Now for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Go.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw is Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. You look at this Saints defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
Definitely going to need to be physical with these receivers, whether that's right at the line of scrimmage trying to jam them and bump them off their routes, or when the ball arrives and you go ahead and put your shoulder into them and try and knock it loose.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 7.
EQ.
Now Fields. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Second and 7. Off the RPO, he completes it. So nothing doing there. And 3rd and 8 now.
If you're a wide receiver and they call a screen pass, you're counting on some people being out in front of you blocking. But that play was well diagnosed by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. And they got there and swarmed and finished off the play.
On 3rd down, Curtis. He's got Gibson on the out route. And he's going to get this inside the 30. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Johnson running left. A solid stiff arm. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Johnson is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Extra point attempt to come here. And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
This is 2nd and 8. Now it's Fields. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete here.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Don't jump. Ready?
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Right.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Easy. Right.
Robinson up the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
He'll buy some time right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And good running, going to get this down close to a 1st at the Saints' 19-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Robinson. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Good. Right.
Here's Fields. They'll roll him out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Right.
Robinson will score. Touchdown Atlanta. So another touchdown for him on the year now, Charles. He had 2 in the opener last week, and it's pay dirt for a 3rd time here.
And with good health, he's got a really good chance to be up there among the leaders in touchdowns scored when this season comes to an end. Quick question, partner. Is it bad luck to toast him with a sports drink?
Not at all, partner. I think that's a fantastic idea. Cheers. The point after, good by Grupe. And it's now 13-7. After the touchdown, here's Grupe to kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
First down, Saints.
Quick throw to Olave. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. It's a pretty nice throw right there from the rookie. And this, of course, is game number 2 of his NFL career. His guys did not get the win, Charles, in the opener. But what did you see from him last week?
Well, I think all things considered, he played pretty well, and I don't think I'd pin the loss on him.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. play fake. Curtis sliding out of the pocket, dumping it off for Johnson. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Curtis. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, Cardinal. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Here we go. Chip slip. Hey, Can. Right.
A final shot before the break. Fields. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Hey, check that. Street. Go, Reed, go. Hey. Hurry. Go.
And they start the second half with Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Off play action. Curtis. And this is incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Curtis. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Up the middle, Johnson. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
To throw on second down, Curtis. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
To throw on third down, Curtis. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. They go to Johnson again. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On second down, Johnson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Third and 4. Back to throw. Curtis. And this is going to be incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Here we go, Scott.
Fields. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 41 yards.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
Now a first down throw complete downfield. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. On first down, Fields. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here we go.
From the 5, 2nd and 4. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Monday.
Throwing on third down, Fields. This is caught, and he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They'll try and run the option. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Justin Fields scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Falcons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
Hey, Ken.
They'll let Robinson try and run. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. After the touchdown, here's Grupe to kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Off the play fake. Curtis. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Running from the gun, Johnson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. The busy night continues for Johnson. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
Here we go.
2nd and 10.
Out. Right.
From the gun, here's Fields. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Here we go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Right.
Here's Fields. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He's going to try and go deep again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. They give to Johnson going right. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Saints have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, yep. And that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here Here we go, tonight.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And the Saints are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Johnson. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 2 yards on the first down carry and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Off play action. Curtis. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction. And that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him.
Don't jump. Ready?
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Here we go, son.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Ken. Right.
Fields now to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Go.
Throwing again is Fields. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Saints are going to take over here up near the 40.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Good bounce back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realizes there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Good bounce back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realizes there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big.
We got London on the
whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's that made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of the hitters doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. The whole club. My crown way too white to be shooting in the odds.